Picture this. One of hockey's most hated and ill-reputable pests, Matthew Tkachuk, face-to-face with a YouTube boxer who's been shaking up the sports world, Jake Paul. Two different sports, two fiery personalities in just one ring. Who's got the grit, the guts, and the mental game to claim victory? Today, we're diving into an epic fantasy showdown where we break down each fighter's strengths, weaknesses, and most importantly, who we think would come out on top if these two ever faced off. You ready? Let's go! Alright, let's start with Matthew Tkachuk. If you follow hockey, you already know this guy's name is synonymous with chaos on the ice. He's the player teammates love to have in their corner, but someone every opponent and their fans loves to hate. Why? Because Matthew Tkachuk plays dirty. Elbows, cross-checks, slashes, you name it, and Tkachuk has probably done it. But here's the thing, that's what makes him so effective. This isn't a guy who's looking to make friends, he's looking to win by any means necessary. And when you watch him play, you can see the fire in his eyes. This is a guy who thrives in hostile environments, feeds off the booze, and always gives it his all. It's that same relentless attitude that makes people wonder if he's this tough on the ice. What could he do in the ring? Matthew Tkachuk brings brute force and a warrior's mentality. This is a guy who's taken punches from some of hockey's biggest bruisers and dished out even more. He's been in countless brawls and he's not just a scrapper. He's someone who knows how to use his strength to wear his opponents down. But when Tkachuk steps into a fight, he doesn't just want to win. He wants to humiliate his opponent. That level of grit and tenacity could make him a dangerous opponent for Jake Paul. That's right, on November 15, 2024, Paul sent the distance with Iron Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion and one of the scariest men to ever step into a boxing ring. Sure, Tyson was 58 years old, but let's be real, even at that age, Tyson is no joke. It was a Netflix special that had the entire world watching. Paul didn't back down, didn't fold under the pressure, and he lasted all 8 rounds. That fight alone earned Paul a new level of respect in the boxing world and made people realize he's not just a showman, he's the real deal. People laughed at first, but Jake's proven he's serious. He's trained, fought some real competition, and he's got power in those hands. This guy's out to prove himself every single fight, and love him or hate him, he knows how to get into his opponent's head. But Jake Paul isn't just another YouTube boxer anymore. This guy's put in the hours and he's got the ring IQ. Jake's learned the importance of defense, timing, and delivering that 1-2 punch that can turn the tide in an instant. And let's face it, boxing isn't just about brute force, it's about knowing when to strike and when to dodge. Jake's been training with some of the best and he knows how to capitalize on an opening. One slip-up, one wild punch from Tkachuk, and boom, Jake could be setting up a knockout. Here's the big question. Can Tkachuk take Jake's hits? Hockey players can handle a lot, but boxing a different game. Jake's power punches have sent opponents crashing down, and if Tkachuk doesn't see one coming, he could be in for a shock. But then again, imagine Jake trying to keep Tkachuk away for the whole fight. Tkachuk's used to skating through defenders and body checking his way to the goal. Getting inside that ring would be no different. Jake's got his hands full keeping Tkachuk at bay. And let's not forget both of these guys are mentally tough. Tkachuk's faced some of hockey's biggest bruisers, and he's taken hits that would leave most people out cold. Jake Paul? He's taken more trash talk than most fighters and turned it into pure motivation. Imagine the trash talk before the fight even starts. Who would crack first? Would Jake get under Tkachuk's skin with those viral video antics, or would Tkachuk's raw intensity shake Jake's confidence? Now, capping off our explorations, if this were a brawl without rules, Matthew Tkachuk's antics and sheer relentlessness might give him the upper hand. However, in a structured boxing match, Jake Paul's experience, conditioning, and precision would likely secure him the win. Tkachuk's toughness could carry him a few rounds, but Jake's skill and power would likely lead to a mid to late round knockout or a dominant decision. If the match was fought on ice and with skates on, Matthew Tkachuk might last a little bit longer and might even go the distance. However, if Jake Paul is good enough to beat a 58-year-old legend, I would have to say that Jake Paul ultimately would still have the judges' vote. And there you have it. So, who's your pick? Would the tenacity and raw power of Matthew Tkachuk crush Jake Paul, or would Paul's precision and boxing experience prove too much for the hockey star? Whether you're Team Tkachuk or Team Paul, one thing's for sure, the sports world would never be the same after this clash. Thanks for joining us in this wild ride. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below on who you think would take the crown in this hypothetical showdown. Stay tuned for more epic battles, and until next time, keep your gloves on and your heads up.